Hi guys, my name is. So the topic that we choose is radiation, and as we know, the radiation is the energy emitted by the matter in the form of electromagnetic wave as a result of the change in the electronic configuration of the atom or molecule. So we want to show you our two video. So the first video is our lab experiment, and the second is the application of radiation in our daily life. So enjoy the video.
Guys, my name is Muhammad Ali bin Muhammad. We start the experiment. We need the objective. The objective of the experiment is to show the charge intensity of the radiation on the surface is inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the surface from the radiation source. And the second objective is to show the intensity of radiation varies as the force power of the source temperature. Okay.
Okay, hi, so I'm Norehan and I'm going to demonstrate the radiation heat transfer experiment. So this is the heat source, this is the power control panel, and this is the radiometer. To begin with, according to the procedures in the lab manual, we got to set up the heat source temperature on the power control panel. So firstly, the power control should be at its minimum temperature, which is 0. After that, the power is switched on and the temperature is set up to its maximum, which is 250. And then we let the temperature reading to stabilize for 10 minutes and also wait for the heat source to heat up. Next is the radiometer, and this is the radiometer reading. And this is the distance of the radiometer from the heat source. So next step is to move the radiometer forward to the required distance, for example to 60 millimeter. Make sure that the radiometer is parallel to the distance so that the heat transferred will be accurate. And then record the radiometer reading after 3 minutes. And then you got to repeat the same steps until it reaches its minimum distance. Repeat the same thing again, but this time going backwards, meaning going back to the maximum distance. After everything is done, turn the power control knob to 0 and switch the power off.
Okay, now we proceed the conclusion from this experiment. This experiment is all about showing time intensity of the radiation on the surface inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the surface from the radiation source, and to show that the intensity of radiation varies as the force power of the source temperature. The type of radiation include light, heat, and sound. The process of emitting those waves is also referred to the radiation. The variables involved in this experiment are distance and radiometer reading. This experiment, we have learned that the closer the radiation detector with the heat panel, the higher the radiometer reading gets.
What are you doing, man? Like seriously, you ask me what I'm trying to do? My clothes are all wet, so I'm going to dry them here.
Preview. 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 I hang it here just to dry all my clothes. You see, my clothes are now dry. Why? It is because of the radiation of the sunlight.
A mechanism of heat transfer consists of three things which are known as conduction, convection, and radiation. Through this video, we will learn about radiation heat transfer. So, radiation is the propagation and emission of energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. The types of radiation include light, heat, and sound. The process of emitting those waves is also referred to as radiation. We have conducted experimental procedure called radiation heat transfer in the laboratory for the purpose of to show that the intensity of radiation on a surface is inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the surface from the radiation source, and also to show that the intensity of radiation varies as the fourth power of the source temperature. Through this experiment, we have learned that the closer the radiation detector with the heat panel, the higher the radiometer reading gets. Next, in our second video, we have done the application of radiation heat transfer that relates in our daily life. So, we have done radiation heat transfer through clothing to prove the theory of heat transfer as the clothing acts as a barrier to radiation heat transfer. That's all. Thank you!